According to the International Monetary Fund's chief economist, the world may soon be teetering on the edge of a global recession, and people are wondering if it is possible and how it is possible that the global economy collapses. The collapse of an economy can happen rapidly due to an unexpected event, or it may be preceded by several events. And yes, it is even possible for the global economy to collapse. You've lived through the 2008 financial crisis yourself and surely heard about the terrible 1929 stock market crash that initiated the Great Depression, thus upending the Roaring Twenties. We have seen the global economic crash, so it can happen, although each economic collapse had its own unique circumstances and factors that caused it. These factors are mixed with macroeconomic tsunamis such as recessions and stock market crashes, extended bear markets, hyperinflation and unbalanced interest and inflation rates. Today, the world seems to be on the brink of a global economic crisis, and it is deteriorating due to the inflation combating efforts by the central banks. And to worsen the case, there's the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine that shook global markets. Also, China's prioritization of political control over economic growth has not helped the matter. China, which is one of the world's economic superpowers, has suffered a slowdown that has been worse than anticipated amid the lingering COVID-19 outbreaks and lockdowns. Both these factors have led to a surge in the prices of raw materials, especially oil and gas. It has also led to a scarcity of food. In the past, policymakers knew how to react in such uncertain times. Western governments usually dipped into their reserves. There was support in form of cheap borrowing from central banks and thus low interest rates that calmed the panic. However, the case is different this time because now there is a real war on our hands that has led to a financial one. Yet these times you can't be sure which came first, the chicken or the egg.
Collapse of the global economy, how bad can it be? Well, I would say buckle up, because something that has been built, our financial system, on debt and credit cannot be sustained. So the collapse is inevitable because it does not adhere to the natural criteria of and for functionality. At the moment, the financial and economic systems are harmful. Therefore, they will not be longer supported by nature.
All across the world, central banks are simultaneously hiking interest rates in response to inflation. And according to the study done by the World Bank, as central banks hike interest rates to try and tame inflation, the world may be moving towards a global recession in 2023. Interestingly, central banks around the world have been raising interest rates this year with a level of synchronicity that has not been seen in over 5 decades, and this might continue next year as well. And it is projected that even the current expected trajectory of interest rate increase on the other policy actions may not be enough to bring global inflation back down to seemingly normal levels. As the situation worsens, investors expect central banks to raise global monetary policy rates to almost 4% throughout 2023, and it is an increase of more than 2 percentage points over the 2021 average. However, things seem to be deteriorating as the world's 3 largest economies, the United States, China, and the Euro area, have been experiencing declines in their economy. With interest rates rising, markets are just waking up to realization that inflation is not coming down and there won't be a swift return to easy money. According to the Guardian article, central banks have lost their nerve. Instead of being a reassuring presence, they are adding the sense of panic by increasing the cost of borrowing. Although experts say that the tightening is not a mistake, it is coming too late, which means we are going to experience more economic damage. Inevitably, we are headed for a global recession. With all 3 major global economic engines facing challenges, global growth is set to slow down from 6% in 2021 to 3.2% in 2022, and it is still predicted to fall to 2.7% in 2023.
I think longer term, the world will continue to move towards renewable energy, which will take the heat out of the oil and gas market. You'll see an alignment of Russia with China and Iran that will continue to use fossil fuels for the near future, but longer term, the West will start to consolidate its trading patterns around a lack of dependence on oil and gas coming out of third world countries or coming out of Russia. And I think all you'll see is over the next 2 or 3 years a realignment of economic forces to address climate change and certain issues you have geopolitically with Russia, China, with possibly Taiwan. So this is simply a transition period, not the end of the world as some economists are forecasting.
So how bad could the global slump be, and how long could the setback last? Experts predict that global economic collapse may not be as terrible as the 2008 financial crisis. The setback could last for about 10 months, which is typical for modern recessions. But if consumer demand, employment, and economic output continue to decline, we might be in this global recession for more than 10 months. And with that, we've come to an end of this video. Feel free to share with us your thoughts on the collapse of the global economy in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining in on another episode of On Finance. You know, my name's Ray. Check us out on all of our social media, and I'll see you on the next episode. Goodbye.